fairly aggressively. And they get the Union on the run. They get the Union to be backing up. One of the things that happens is right over about there's a place over in this area. One of our main generals comes in there and he kind of pulls everybody together, gets them all focused and doing a really great job, and then he gets shot in the head or in the neck and dies. Okay.
So as he's talking to him, he gets shot.
He literally gets shot. The video I posted for you actually goes through that, and they talk about him getting shot in the neck.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, if you're having trouble viewing the videos, try a different Google account. Okay. It seems to be locking up because of the school accounts, and I'm not sure why. But that one video, they actually show Reynolds getting shot in the neck. After that, other guys get in there and they save the Union that day. The Union Army almost gets chased completely out of here, and they almost get wiped out. But they actually dig in. A guy named Abner Doubleday, who is going to be famous later because people are going to give him credit for inventing baseball. He didn't. But they're going to train. They're going to fight here. Caden, you got a question? Okay, so they're going to fight here. At the end of the day, though, they're going to give the order, guys, come back through the city. Now, I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to drop you inside the city. Okay, now let's go in the middle of Gettysburg. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Caden, did you have a question? Okay. First off, okay. Okay. Let me see. That's the best. Let's drop you right dead in the middle of the city, right here at this big traffic circle. Okay, so now you're in the middle of Gettysburg, and it actually does. It looks a lot like it would have looked back then. Okay, Caden, which direction is Culp's Hill?
North, I believe.
Well, if you're in the middle of the city of Gettysburg, which way to Culp's Hill? North, south, east, or west?
Wouldn't it be the east? Wait, because you should wait. Oh wait, no, because you're showing the road and it went east there, west.
Okay, that's exactly the issue. So, okay, what I just did is I just dropped you in the city right over.
It's right.
Right over in here. It's going to be south and slightly east.
Yes, I am.
Okay, who are you talking to, Caden? Caden,
I believe.
Hey, Caden, do you have headphones on? Okay.
No?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear. I'm just trying to tell you. Yeah. Which direction is, so again, Culp's Hill is actually south and east, or slightly east of, east of the city. But when you're sitting in the middle of it, you can't tell. Right? So don't get lost.
You get thrown off.
Yeah. And by the way, the first thing that an army does in a situation like this is, you see that sign right there where it says York Street?
Yeah.
You knock down those signs so that the army behind you doesn't know how to, because it's one of those things like you go to the corner of Bear Valley and Apple Valley Road. If somebody gives you directions, go to the corner of Bear Valley and Apple Valley Road, and you knock down those signs, and then you spin them around a few times, they're going to be lost, right? And because you're in the middle of the city, now also there's an entire army chasing you through here. Hey, good luck trying to get down these streets because they're going to set up the Union's going to set up snipers in all these windows up on top, right? To try to slow down the Confederates coming through. The problem is, in war, if you live in this house, if Caden lives in this house right here, and somebody shoots from his house, what is the Confederacy allowed to do?
Assuming, get you out of there? Kick you out?
No, blow up the house. If somebody shoots at you from a house, they're allowed to blow up the house. Those are the rules of war, right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Those poor people that lived in Gettysburg are all of a sudden like having the possibility that these guys are going to blow up their houses as they're trying to get out of here. Okay? Yeah. And remember, now, by the way, what I just did is they got to go from here to here.
So they had to go through the city.
They had to go through the city. What's weird is if the Confederates make a mistake here. If the Confederates had figured out immediately that this was the best place to be, they could have just... Caden? Hey, Caden? Caden? Caden, I can hear you yawn, but I can't. You're not responding.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah, I can hear every sound you're making, but you're not. You're actually distracting more than anything. Remember, the Confederacy or the Confederates are chasing the Union this direction. If they simply go around this and take over this ridge right here, this battle's over. Okay? Why?
If they take over that ridge, then they can see everything.
They can see everything, and they can actually get a much better spot to defend than the Union will. Now, that doesn't mean that the Union's going to lose. The Union will just back up and go away to another place for the battle. But the Confederates make a mistake of chasing the Union through here. If they had just gone around the city and occupied Cemetery Ridge, it's over. But nobody sees that early enough. Whether the Union general sees that or sees that early, orders his guys back there, and it's going to set up the perfect scenario for Meade. Meade, by the way, is about 12 miles away out this direction. Or I think it's out this direction right here. So he's 12 miles away, and Lee is way off in the distance this direction. Okay? They're going to come up, the actual leaders aren't going to get there until later, and then they're going to have to start to adapt to the battle. Okay? The first day, who wins? Who wins day one?
Most likely the Confederates?
Yeah, put in your notes, day one, the Confederates win big. They are crushing them.
Because if they push, so if the Confederates go around everything and they go and get the ridge, most likely they win because they have higher ground.
Well, they'll win because
and see everything.
Yeah, they'll win because that day they won the first battle. There's no question on day one they've chased the Union off the battlefield, and they've inflicted pretty heavy casualties. And if they take the ridge that day, the Battle of Gettysburg is a one-day battle. It's a little blip in the history books where Heth is going to be a hero for having gotten them into a battle that they won so easily. Yeah. But because they don't follow them around, or they don't go around the city and they try to chase them through the middle of the city, it's going to slow them down just enough. Just enough. And that's why it's going to end up being a 3-day battle and becomes what's considered one of the turning points of the war, is because now the Union's going to be able to fight from a place where they've wanted. The Union has been dreaming of a spot where you could just set up and make the enemy come to you and defend. Because defending is much, much easier. Put this in your notes. Defending is much easier than attacking. Okay? It's much easier to kill your enemy when you get to set your guns down and be steady. Okay?
And where is Grant at this time?
He's in Vicksburg, yeah. Then yeah, he's 3 days or 3.5 days away from winning at Vicksburg finally. And yeah, which is exactly the right thing as we're going through this. So at the end of day one, what happens is we end up at and this is what I was saying before, is, let me go back over here. Let's see if I can get this to the right spot. At the end of day one, this is what's happened is, the Union has come in, has been able, now by the way, once the Union starts to dig in here, they start to pour troops in. The troops start coming in on all those other roads coming in from this direction, and the Confederates start to bring men from all of these different directions. Okay, now we got to get some numbers here. About 95,000 troops are going to line up from here all the way around here. Did you hear?
95,000 troops?
95,000 troops. And we're going to get close to 90,000 Confederates over here.
So it's almost about even troops, except just a little bit, about 5,000 more on the Union side.
Yeah, well, and the thing is the Confederates, if they have 85,000 troops, they all see, the Union counts anybody who's a cook, anybody who is carrying things in wagons, any of that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
The South is just counting guys with guns, right?
Oh.
So we're talking about 170,000 guys are going to battle in this area right here. And this is going to be a big battle. I mean, this is going to be a bloody battle, right? Yeah. And so as we go through this, I want to kind of get you to that point. We're at the end of day one, and what happens is all night long, troops are coming in, right? And getting set up. And matter of fact, for the next 3 days, guys or groups of troops are showing up. By the way, coming from this direction over here is going to be John Bell Hood. Okay? He's going to be coming in and getting involved in day 2 of this attack. But he's going to show up after Heth has started this thing, and now he's going to get fully involved. And what we're going to have is, one of the nastiest battles that's ever going to take place, and we're going to have some very questionable decisions being made. Now, just to give you an idea, basically from this blue line to that red line, that's McPherson, that's Seminary Ridge, is about a 2-mile walk between those.
That's quite the walk.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about why that's such an important thing. That distance between those two lines is going to be incredibly important in how this battle is going to play out. These guys up on the
is what does. I'm assuming that's a disadvantage to the South for them having to walk 2 miles.
yes, and that's what we're going to talk about. Is this going to be and by the way, both sides have been dreaming of exactly what the Union's going to get to do from this spot. Is they're going to get to fight from a set spot where they can look at their enemy and you can see them coming, right? You can see them coming across the field.
Start picking them off from far away.
Yes, you're picking them off from far away whenever you can, and you're going to be using your cannons in a very, very different way. We're going to talk about that. A lot of times what you're doing is literally let him get as close as you can, but make him climb over something, and then you're going to just blow him away. So, and we're going to pick that up tomorrow then. So tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow if you're here at the, we had a normally scheduled class tomorrow.
Yeah.
At, you guys are, let me see, I'm going to check my schedule, make sure.
10:40, right?
For you 8th graders is the 11 o'clock. These are, I'm leaving those on that schedule because it's a optional day. But yeah, so tomorrow at 11, if you're available, unless you have another class that's doing this. Do you guys
I
have?
think you're the only class tomorrow.
If I'm the only one, I'll stay on that schedule. That way, nobody has to get up really early and do anything. So.
Okay.
Okay. So otherwise, I'm gonna sign off for this one. Otherwise, we're back on Tuesday at what was it, 10 or 10:40 again. Like I said, try if you can't watch the video on the from Google Classroom, try a different account. It should work then. But these videos, like I said, the one on this one where Reynolds gets shot in the neck, that's an incredibly important video because it kind of lays out, how important this guy was. He's actually more important than that. What he does there is he saves the Union at that point and starts the process of us being able to win this battle, because this one we shouldn't have won. But it's going to go from we got a mistake to boy did we just turn this around.
Got the advantage.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off with you guys for today. If you have any questions, I'll be on here for a few minutes. I can answer them. Otherwise, you guys go to your science class and have fun today. And I'll keep posting some notes as we go along, and we'll get this thing figured out. So, any questions?
Okay.
I'm gonna try to figure out if I can send you the slideshow that I've got, or the Google Earth show, so you can walk through where the battle's happening. So, all right, I will talk to you guys either tomorrow or Tuesday. Have a good weekend.
Yes, we will see you tomorrow, Mr. Walker.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
You too.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.